Hey, what's up guys? Jason Julius here. In this video, I want to talk about something personal. I want to talk about how I cured my own premature ejaculation and how I've helped a lot of other guys since then also get full control over their ejaculation as well. And I want to talk about this because I know that it can be very frustrating because you want to have full control, and sometimes it sneaks in during different seasons of life and you have no idea why. And it's actually very simple to overcome premature ejaculation, a lot simpler than you think. So premature ejaculation is really just a pattern of your body and mind and its automatic habits and how it's been trained to ejaculate. Now, it's not always about, quick release masturbation, but that's one of the leading causes of it because it trains the body and mind to ejaculate quickly. But as you'll see, especially when we get into the second one, different seasons of life bring about different physiologies. So it can come in at any different point, but here are the 6 things that you should focus on when you want to cure or overcome your own premature ejaculation so that you can be more present with her, give her more time to get out of her mind and get into the moment with you. She can take the time to have an orgasm and you can both enjoy sex and you can feel like that you have full control. So the first thing that I want to mention, and you've probably heard me talk about or heard somewhere out on the internet if you've been looking around, is PC muscle control and PC muscle strength. You have to have a strong PC muscle in order to have control during ejaculation. And as I mentioned before, if you have, conditioned your body and mind to release quickly during masturbation because you just want to get it over with, understandably, then your physiology will be such that your body and mind will be conditioned that way, but it will also weaken your PC muscle. So strengthening your PC muscle is super important. And I already have a video on my channel about that. I think it's like the second video I ever made on this particular channel anyways. And so you can, I'll link to it and you can go check that out because PC muscle control and strength is very, very important. So we're starting there with our foundation of PC muscle control. The second thing that I really want you to think about is body tension. How much body tension are you holding in your body right now? Now, why would body tension make any difference in your ability to control your ejaculation? Well, when it comes to the time to ejaculate, your body will actually naturally start to tense up, and it actually has to tense up in order to ejaculate. And if you can relax your muscles, particularly your butt, your backs of your legs, and your lower back, if you can relax those completely, you literally can't ejaculate and you can have full control. But a lot of us carry a lot of tension in our body. And as we go through different seasons of life, different amounts of stress, or if we sit a lot, these muscles can become kind of very weak or very tense. Sitting makes your muscles very tense and kind of weak. And so what I recommend is getting a deep tissue massage to really work out the tension, again, in your legs, particularly your upper legs, and your butt and your lower back. And massage is not always easy for people to do regularly. So I really recommend getting a foam roller, and then you can look up a foam roller exercise. I'm sure there's plenty on YouTube about how to release the muscles in your legs, your butt, and your lower back, and do that regularly to really loosen those muscles, because I'll tell a lot of guys that they're actually walking around halfway to ejaculation and they don't even realize it. By having so much body tension, your body's already halfway tensed up and it's very hard to relax and make that muscle loose while you're having sex if you're already carrying a lot of tension. And if you sit a lot, you're going to have a lot of tension no matter what. So keep in mind that your body tension is a big piece of the puzzle when it comes to your physical body. And now our third thing, which is also to do with the physical body, is your breathing and how you breathe during sex. It's very, very important. And I already made a video about this on my channel, so I'll just talk about it briefly. But a lot of us have conditioned ourselves to be very shallow breathers. When we're born, we're belly breathers. We breathe deep into our diaphragm. But if we sit a lot or, commonly a lot of us just develop this, shallow breathing where we just breathe a little bit, just enough to, survive, but not enough to thrive. You want to be able to breathe deep into your diaphragm, particularly during sex, because during sex, we start to have this quick breathing and we're almost panting like a dog. And then next thing you know, we lose control of our ejaculation because we're breathing so shallow. We have no body control whatsoever. So you want to be able to breathe deep into your diaphragm and tune into that during intercourse, and it'll give you a lot more control. So focus breathing, just sitting without sex, breathing deep into your diaphragm, and do that and check into that a number of times throughout the day, but then definitely check into it during sex. All right, the fourth thing that I want to talk about is state control. Now, when I say state, I'm talking about your mental and emotional state. The first three had to do more with your physiology, which is really important, but your mental and emotional state is something that a lot of people will overlook. Now, Tony Robbins says that your mental state is just a pattern of your physiology, what you're focused on, and the meaning of the situation. Now, I think that this gives us a really clear picture here to help us tune in and have more control. So the first things I was talking about, the PC muscle, body tension, breathing, that'll radically shift your physiology. And so in any way that you radically shift your physiology, you also change your mental and emotional state as well. So we've already got that covered. But the other two, changing what you're focusing on and the meaning of the situation, are also very, very important so that you can have a calm presence during sex. Because what happens, particularly if you've conditioned yourself for quick release masturbation, is your mental state goes up very quickly, unconsciously. It's an unconscious pattern that you do automatically and you don't realize it. You know, you feel the stimulation, you see her body, and all that stimulation just, you know, takes your mental state through the roof. You go from 0 to 10, 10 being ejaculation, very quickly. Now, when we can change what we're focusing on and the meaning of the situation, we can bring that down to a calm presence. So shifting your focus, you know, we think about those old school ways where guys will just say, you know, just think about baseball and you'll be able to last as long as you want. And to a certain extent, that might be true because you're radically shifting your focus, which is changing your mental state to something other than how good it feels. But we want to be present with her. We want to have full control, and we want to enjoy ourselves and not be thinking about baseball. And really, that's not going to work, particularly if you don't tune into your physiology and the other things. So what you want to do is change your focus to something very present, not on how intense it feels or focusing on your own pleasure, but focus on her. Focus on noticing something about her body you've never noticed before. You know, focus on what her mental state is and what she might be experiencing. Be in the moment with her, and don't let your state and how you're experiencing things intensify so much that you lose control mentally and emotionally and allow yourself to ejaculate. And then changing the meaning is just the same thing, where the meaning that you create, like, oh my God, this is so intense, or oh my God, am I going to ejaculate? Instead, bring the meaning to a calm presence where your mind is purely in the moment and not thinking. And just be in the moment where you are inside of her and it's, I'm inside of her. Not like, oh my God, it feels so good, am I going to ejaculate? Because when we think about the mirror side of premature ejaculation is what a lot of men are experiencing now, which is difficulty ejaculating. And they have the mirror opposite problem where they've desensitized themselves so much that they can't actually even get their mental state high enough because maybe they've watched too much porn or things like that, and they've conditioned their mind to need a lot of mental stimulation before they can ejaculate. The opposite is true with premature ejaculation. Premature ejaculation, it's typically that the state goes up so fast and makes such intense meaning out of the situation. Oh my God, I'm inside of her. Boom, then ejaculation happens. So we want to come to a calm presence, radically shift your physiology, which we already talked about, body tension, breathing. You already got a strong PC muscle. You'll learn to relax that muscle, not tense it. And so you're tuned into that, your physiology, you're focusing on the moment, and the meaning that you're generating in your own mind can be a calm presence and not something that's through the roof. All right, now the fifth thing I want to talk about is threshold control. Now that's just a fancy way of, saying bringing your level of arousal up, but not going over the ejaculation edge and bringing it back down. Now, a lot of guys think that, good sex is just, start thrusting in her and keep going, and then you ejaculate and, oh my God, I lost control. being able to tune into your body, which again goes with the state control, being able to tune into all these things. You're going to really learn where your threshold is. So let's say you're starting at a 1 and 10 is like the level of ejaculation. Maybe a level 8 is that point of no control. What you want to do is you want to be able to approach that level of losing control, I should say. And when you're just about to hit that ejaculation edge, you bring your own arousal back down. Maybe you switch it up. You start doing oral sex. You start stimulating your G-spot, and you have that level of awareness so that you can bring it back down. That's just the gist of it. I have a whole training on this that I have for free over on my blog at jasonjulius.com if you want to see this with like graphs and have me explain it a little bit more. But the gist of it is good sex is not linear. It's kind of more of an up and down kind of a thing. And having awareness of where your threshold is very important, not only during sex for control, but as we get into the next step, it's going to be very important. Okay, so our 6th step is practice. This is one that most guys overlook. All the things that I mentioned before, your PC muscle, strengthening it, you got to do that every day, and then learn to relax it during sex, tune into your body tension, your breathing, your state control, and bringing your level of your threshold up, but not going over that ejaculation edge. It comes down to practice. And practice isn't just so you understand and you get it. It's so that you can change your current state of conditioning of your automatic habits of your mind and your body. Now that might sound difficult or challenging, but within a week, you can make a major change. Within a month, you can almost have total control. And within 2 months, you can definitely have full control. And what that means is whether you're masturbating or whether you're having sex, you're going to slow down and you're going to take your time and you're going to tune into all these things. And so that you can shift your automatic pattern from that of quick release to that of your body understands how to take its time, so that that becomes your habit. So you put all the things that we talked about before together. Anytime that you masturbate or anytime that you have sex, you're practicing these things. And very quickly you can change that pattern. It might not happen overnight, but like I said, within a week, a lot of guys will neglect doing the practice part when I'm like, no, seriously, within a week of doing this, you can have so much more control if you just practice it, and you'll start to shift those patterns. So don't overlook that part of reconditioning the body and mind, because it's a huge part of creating the habit of having control. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful and give you a little bit more insight into what's going on, and hopefully that can simplify what you need to do. I know we talked about 6 steps, but putting it all together is actually easier than you think, and it will really gift you with the certainty that you understand both what's going on and allow you to feel like you have more control. So if this helped, give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more content. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything, and I'll see you next time.